Hi, and welcome back to the show. Today we're speaking with Amber Romaniuk, and Amber is the owner of Nourish This Life, and she's a holistic nutritionist, author of Amber-approved gluten, sugar, and dairy-free recipes to nourish this life. And she's also a public speaker. Well, thanks very much for joining us on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me. How are you doing?
Oh, great. Fantastic. Well, what inspired you to create a gluten, sugar, and dairy-free cookbook like this?
So what really inspired me has been my own journey with food and, on a physical and emotional level. So a few years ago, I started to get stomach pains and I'd be eating certain foods and I just wouldn't feel very good. So I kind of started to take matters into my own hands and do research and start reading about how, certain foods, especially that have gluten and sugar, were really impacting my digestion in a negative way. And then it kind of spiraled into more of a food addiction and emotional eating, where I was eating to cope with stress and emotions, and it would be foods especially that contained white sugar, gluten, and dairy that would really trigger me to have these crazy powerful cravings and kind of push me over the edge to just continue to eat and eat. And so it just created a vicious cycle of binge eating where I just gained a lot of weight in a really short amount of time, and it just kind of threw my world upside down. So when I started to do more reading and research about how certain foods can really impact the body on a physical, mental, and emotional level, I didn't feel so crazy or like there was something really wrong with me. Because with things like sugar and gluten, you hear a lot of people say, oh my gosh, I can't stop eating sugar. I can't stop craving these foods. So it just led me to start wondering if they potentially, could have any sort of addictive qualities. Things like white sugar really spike blood sugar. And then we have a craving for more because we no longer have that energy that we had for about 5 minutes. So, getting to the other side, I was really inspired to start shifting the way that I ate. So I didn't want to deprive myself anymore. So I was like, if I'm going to do this, I need to be able to make whatever I want in a healthy way, whether it's chocolate pudding with avocados and raw chocolate, or banana bread French toast with gluten-free flour and, really good ingredients. So this first Amber-approved cookbook of many to come just kind of has a taste of, 65 of my favorite recipes that I love. So, they support digestion, they keep blood sugar balanced, and people can confidently make them, knowing that they're going to get something that will keep them satisfied and taste really good, because a lot of people are worried with gluten, sugar-free, dairy-free cooking, whatever they choose to do, that the taste will be compromised. But I've had a lot of really good feedback, and it tastes amazing, and you can feel good about what you're putting in your body. So that's why I kind of deemed it Amber-approved. If I can stomach it, it's Amber-approved. So it's just been a really great journey to come to the other side and now be helping people with their eating issues and, relationship with food, because it can be a very intimate thing for us, or it can be a very disconnected relationship. So it's kind of like, what kind of fuel are we putting in our bodies? I mean, that's the question, like, would you put sand in a Ferrari? No, you wouldn't. So it's like, why are we allowing ourselves to put these highly processed, nutrient depleted, ingredients into our bodies? So it's just really being aware of what we're eating and why we're eating it, and asking ourselves those questions. And then, are we present when we're eating? So are we eating at the table with no distractions? Are we driving and talking on our phone and eating all at the same time? So it's really just bringing some awareness to that and what our relationship really is with our food, because it can be a really beneficial relationship or a really devastating relationship if we kind of create those habits.